Another thing I'd like to point out too in designing the layout, I really fretted that there was enough to keep people busy in an operating setting, because you look around, it's not track everywhere.
Right.
And surprisingly, it does keep people very busy. You don't need to load up on a lot of sidings and yards and stuff to have satisfying operations.
And I noticed you don't have like an overwhelming amount of rail cars on the railroad, which a lot of people like to put all their equipment on. You keep it manageable, and that must help a lot in operations.
It does. I've actually pulled about 20 cars off. Believe it or not, there's over 100 cars on this layout.
Okay.
But you wouldn't
notice
it. The layout just swallows it up.
Do you cycle them through to give variety, or are they always on the railroad?
They're always on the railroad.
Okay.
I use the program Ship It.
Okay.
To develop the moves for the cars, for the sessions, and then with Ship It I can export the moves, and then I create my own switch lists.
Okay.
It's something I enjoy doing, and I have Excel sheets that I have set up, and I just plug in the information. So okay, we are done with Menifee.
So in the 1920s, you had some recently rebuilt rolling stock that the RGS did?
Well, the Denver Rio Grande Western did. The Denver Rio Grande Western basically owned the Rio Grande Southern. So all your rolling stock, by that time the Rio Grande Southern didn't have a lot of freight equipment by the 1920s.
Okay.
A lot of it was gone, almost all of it. So it was all Denver and Rio Grande Western. And they rebuilt the box cars around 1924. They built some new stock cars, 34-foot stock cars in 1923, I believe it is. And they also did the high-sided gondolas as well as the remaining stock cars by 1926. So the equipment is in pretty good shape.
Okay.
That's why you're not going to see a lot of heavily weathered cars on this layout, because it just wasn't at that time.
Dale, thanks for having us at your layout. It was really good to see this amazing work that you've done, and we've had a great time.
Well, thank you for your visit.